Welcome back, my people. We've got top 5 foods to build muscle. These are my top 5 that are definitely not just my favorites, but also foods that tick every single box when it comes to micronutrient needs and building tissue and aiding performance and recovery. So number 1, which I think is quite essential for most bodybuilders. So number 1 is a staple in my diet, which is steak or venison, any red meat. Now, it's definitely a massive myth where back in the day, people used to say, you know, don't eat red meat, it's bad for you. You know, you're gonna get bad cholesterol and all this, but that's not actually true. They did studies that were quite false with people that not just ate red meat, but also ate a ton of crap alongside of it. Now, when it comes to a complete protein source and a decent fat source as well, and digestibility, steak and red meat is definitely the king, in my opinion. Definitely much better in terms of pound for pound, best quality meat source that you can get. Much better than chicken. Obviously, chicken doesn't have any good quality fat in it. It's just a plain source of protein. Whereas when it comes to actual meat sources, I do think venison and red meat is the king. So I prefer venison. It's a little bit leaner, yes, but I just prefer the taste and texture. Whereas Meg loves her steak, fillet steak. So that is the choice, and that is number 1. Number 2 of my top muscle building foods, it's actually gonna be a fat source. It's not only one of the best fat sources you can get, the healthiest fat source, but avocado also has a ton of fiber in it. Now, we all know large amounts of fiber can contribute to better digestion, obviously better gut health, and an array of health benefits as well. Now, when it comes to different fat sources, avocado, in my opinion, is the king of fat sources. Digests really well, and it's super tasty, so it's a great addition to your food as alongside of the mix that you can add it into. Whereas what I like to do is mix my avocado into food. So here we've actually got prawns, steak, avocado, and rice. So that's just a example of a meal of what you can utilize with top 2 sources for building muscle. Number 3, you're not gonna guess, rice, that's the one. Now, the reason why most bodybuilders like to use rice, 1, it's tasty, easy to eat, and it's very, very, very easy to digest. Now, most food sources deep into the off season when you're trying to grow muscle will be based around what you can digest the easiest and sustain the digestibility of the food sources. Now, when it comes to carbohydrate sources, rice is definitely by far one of the best carb sources when it comes to digestibility and ease of preparation and actually being able to eat it, whether it's hot or cold. So rice is definitely my go-to when it comes to one of the top building foods. Number 4, we have got our whey isolate from Trained by JP Nutrition. Now, in my opinion, you need a variety of protein sources. As we all know, whey isolate of good quality is by far the most bioavailable protein you can ingest. People often get digestive issues from whey, not down to the actual whey itself. It's mainly down to the additives that a specific company will add to it. So what you'll notice, guys, is when you opt for better brands of better quality, you never ever get any digestive issues. And as you can imagine, when your food gets higher, whey is not also a superior source of protein, but it also allows you to keep bloating down to a minimum, and it's a great tasty alternative to the meat sources. Personally, I like to have 4 whole food sources and then 2 whey meals across my day, and this spreads my meals out nicely and actually allows me to stay nice and tight. You know, I'm peaking my off season now, 267 pounds, and I'm not really bloated at all. And I largely attribute that to my choices of foods that I select and have at specific times throughout my day with plenty of variety. And one of them is definitely this. I think this is essential as a part of a good, structured, well-balanced diet. Now, you can get yours from trainedbygp.com or trainedbygp UK. Is it UK or .com? Either way, we'll put a link below and we'll put it on the screen. Use my code KUBA10 as well, get some money off, and obviously support the channel. Number 5 top muscle building foods. Eggs is actually one of my favorites. 1, they are relatively cheap, very, very easy to cook, and eggs provide you with a lot of micronutrients, a very good quality source of protein and fats, and you can actually choose whether you want to ingest the yolk as well, or you can actually change the meal structure, whether it's a higher fat meal or pretty much no fat meal using just egg whites. So in my opinion, eggs are definitely up there when it comes to a universal source of protein and fat, should you wish to use the fat as well. When it comes to either your contest prep, when your calories need to come down low and your protein needs to stay high, you can just utilize the egg whites. And then the off season, very easy to get your calories in through just addition of whole eggs, which do tend to digest pretty well depending on how you cook them. Now, a little bit of a tip, and that is from Dr. Serrano. Some of you guys may actually experience some digestive issues from eggs, but that is simply down to you cooking them the same way and eating the same way. So sometimes changing the way you cook, Dr. Serrano can actually explain that a little bit better than me. Obviously, he's more educated and more versed when it comes to the medical field. But changing the way you cook your eggs will actually allow you to keep the digestibility of the eggs better and allow you to consistently be able to eat eggs with no issues. Because I know for a fact myself, I love scrambled egg, but I know if I have scrambled egg for 6 months straight the same way, it will start to create some issues. So over time, I'll have a fried egg or an omelette and then just keep chopping, changing the methods that I cook my eggs in as well. And that tends to help as well. Now, eggs, I do believe, should be a staple in most diets, provided you can get over them and digest them well. Cheap, easy to use, and definitely provide you with full micronutrient profile that you need. Protein, micronutrients and fats that you are needing to grow and get huge. So yeah, that is my top 5 muscle building foods, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you want to see more content like this, comment below, let me know what you want to see. And as always, like, share, subscribe, support the channel, and I'll see you again soon, guys.